Buy gold, I don't know. I was saying that earlier myself. Buy gold and I don't think so. I don't think so.
What about credit card debt?
Credit card debt, well, that, number one, doesn't exist.
So go out and charge.
You know, first of all, you know, these guys, these credit card guys, right? Where'd they get all the money? There is no money. There's no money. There's a specific reason why there's no money, which we could go into another talk, but there's no money. So you never got anything from these people. Everything's already paid for. There's no debt. They just put themselves in the middle as a middleman and just prop themselves up with laws and guns to kind of try to force people to pay things. It's just not true. I'm not going to give you all the details because we'd be here for another, hours. But on my webpage, which is mayanmagics.com, you can go and read about this. We have it up online. It's all there. Please avail yourself of the information. It's what you know that gets you through. Now, as far as what to do to prepare, start allowing everything. Allow everything to happen. Bad, good, indifferent, allow it to happen. Don't be part of this resistance. We don't need to resist anything. There's plenty of people volunteered to do that for us. We don't need to resist anything. Our whole task is to allow more to become possible, to allow anything to happen. When you've done that, when you're allowing that, then you can, actually, right here, back one more, this back here, this point right here is very allowing. That's where you're most allowing. Just letting it happen. You're not trying to force anything to happen. You are witnessing it and allowing it to occur. That's when you're in your intuition. And that's what our task is to allow things that are mind, things that are bad, to happen for the better of all. There's going to be quite a test. And especially watching other people go through this. Because you can handle yourself, okay, but watching other people freak out is really a drag, isn't it? And even being too near them can be really a drag. So that's why we come out with this information, especially the first tape that's established the fact that this acceleration is going on. We sell the videotapes for $25, but we sell them with a very special copyright. And that is, copy it right and give it away to every person who you think would watch it. It's the only way we can get this out there fast enough. So please avail yourself of that if you can. And we've got a lot to allow. There's not so much to do. There's hardly any time to do it anyway. It's let this process run out. Now, if you know how to grow carrots, get to it. Because when this system comes down, it's hard to tell what's exactly going to happen. Because we got this going on. We got the system coming down and consciousness going up. You know? So as things go to pieces, other solutions are going to appear. You heard of community dollars? You heard of that? An economic system where you donate part of your day to the community, and it gets chalked up on an account. And doctors make the same as cooks or housekeepers. It's all by the hour. It's not structured by this person's time is worth more than that person's time. Those systems already exist, and they're quite workable. And something like that would be what takes the place of what we've got going on now. Community dollars or community hours. There are whole companies selling right now. They're selling or providing programs for cities to set this up. so that everybody's got an account. So economy is going to change quite a bit. Yes?
Talk about the 8 division sky place. Go back.
Oh, oh yeah. The definition of this, by the way, this symbol is a Mayan symbol. Actually, they had 2 different orientations of their consciousness. We just have this. We have time and place, but they had 2 other orientations to their consciousness. One was their personal intent, why they were here on Earth. I mean, that comes from your birthday. That's it's right here. The day you were born sets the intent for your lifetime. And then here is just the divine plan, or the whole idea that there is a pattern. And when you actually draw this, it goes like this, forms an 8-sided or 8-pointed figure called the 8 division sky place. You ever seen that symbol? I mean, in Tibet they have that symbol, and in Egypt they have that symbol. It's this. In Greek they had this symbol. 8 division sky place. This is heaven. That's the word or the idea of heaven in the Maya. This is the symbol for heaven. And you've been there. You've been there because there's times in your life when you knew you were doing exactly what you intended to do, and you felt connected to something far, far greater than yourself. And it felt great, didn't it? Heavenly, as a matter of fact. That's where we're all headed. The whole evolution of consciousness is headed to this state of being. And what we can offer right now is a way to get in alignment with that. And it's just keeping track of what creation's doing every day. Does that answer that question? About heaven? About that? So, we've got this transformation going on. We've got an opportunity coming up here in the 5th night to resolve all the limitations that we have set upon ourselves, or that the mind has been convinced that exist. And we're going to blow right through that. With lots and lots of help on the way. Nobody's expected to become enlightened this evening. No? Nobody. This is a process. You know, you don't get to be 55 a day after you were 15. It just doesn't happen. So we're going to be unfolding this whole way. And this is kind of how we're going to do it. There's nothing that you have to do about this. Nothing that you have to do about what's already being in your consciousness. And that is a level or order of your emotional state. This already exists. It goes from, this is ecstasy. Ecstasy, enthusiasm, interest, conservatism, boredom, antagonism, pain, anger, covert hostility, sarcasm, fear, sympathy, grief, propitiation, please don't hurt me, apathy, and death. That's the order that our emotions go up and down. Sometimes it happens really fast. Sometimes people get stuck in one or another. But what is really basic about this is that in each of these levels, there's more and more personal choice of what you're going to do about your current situation. The higher your emotional state, the more choices are open to you. The lower your emotional state, the less choices of what you're going to do or how you're going to be. Does that make sense? Does that fit your reality? In enthusiasm, man, you can't even count all the choices that you'd have of what you could do. In interest, well, it's a little bit more focused. You know, you've got lots of choices, though. In conservatism, you're doing just great. The only choice you don't have is to be interested. Because if you get interested, then you're not in conservatism anymore. But you go on down, boredom, antagonism, pain. Now here, you've got less choice here.